The monks of Northshire Abbey are under siege by a band of warriors that have been convinced by enemy agents to fight against the crown. You will be given a complement of knights to lead to the abbey, which is already under attack. Ride hard and fast, as you must prevent its destruction. When you have secured the abbey and beaten back these treacherous curs, you must then move to destroy the enemy at their source.
That's right, I'm back with Warcraft. This is arguably one of the most annoying missions in the human campaign, and I actually have to slow down the game to slowest just to input all the commands that I want to get done. Otherwise, you're going to probably regret this. So it starts off with all your units away, and then I immediately start training a beyond because I want to get a head start on that. But, and I think also I'm trying to figure out if I want to do anything else. But after putting everything in, I can just ignore that and set settings back up. So it's humans versus humans. Basically, Orcs have another mission that's also Orcs versus Orcs. And this is really annoying for two reasons. One, if you don't have your guys go fast enough to this place at the start, you will lose a lot more than probably just the lumber mill. Now, I think it's generally considered that it's really hard. I think I only managed to do it once, where I saved everything, but I had no units left. So it's better to lose the lumber mill because it's actually quicker to fix. So yeah, at this point, because I've had to redo this mission several times because it's ungodly annoying, I just sent my peon to go and harvest at where I know the gold mine is, and he goes and decides to chop some wood. So, a couple things about this mission. Number one, the humans on the other side will keep sending random groups to harass your peasants, and this is pretty much where it starts happening, where they'll just go after your peasants just to mess with you. So in order to sort of help that out, do a little scouting. Like I said, the night attacks, you don't want to go too far. There are two ways they'll attack. One is north, basically middle of the map. The other way is the east side of the map. And they can't really go straight for the gold mine because there's that nice little wall there, formed by the trees and, of course, the lake. Well, I'm calling it a lake. Anyway, this, you'll also see me go into 300% speed in some parts. So, this is probably one of the most annoying missions if you aren't on top of everything. And basically you want to... Oh, and that's Conjurer. I'll get to him in a second. I have no idea why he sent him on his own, but they'll do that. This is one of the reasons why you want to stay a little bit away from your base. Also, I've got a couple archers next to my gold mine, just in case. But if you don't go out too far from your base, this is probably the start of the missions where it'll get really annoying if you don't keep an eye on them. The Conjurers are the spellcasters for the humans. You don't have access to them. Yet. They do one annoying thing in this mission, and that is summon scorpions. Scorpions don't really do much damage, not when compared to their orc counterparts. But they do move really fast, and they do pretty much start harassing all your peons and peasants, depending on what you're playing. Peasants in the human campaign, and it's not going to end well. So with this mission, it's pretty much just, let's get a bunch of stuff trained. Farsight, you get in this, well, you have to train. Catapults, I believe you get in this also. I think catapults were the only new thing you get in this. Yeah, clerics, obviously, you kind of want... it's a lot easier to do this mission if you actually build a few, because then you're spending boatloads of money on training your troops, well, training replacement troops, rather, than upgrading your troops. So, like, for instance, up there's another gold mine. Probably won't need it, but, well, generally you don't want to go to it. It's quite close to their base, comparatively speaking, and there's a better gold mine in a different corner. And by corner, I mean basically where you started. Where you started is effectively an island. There's nothing to worry about. up in the upper right corner is where their base pretty much is. They'll have a boatload of archers there. You can kind of antagonize them to come down if you have your knights run forward and run back to your group, but you generally don't want to do that too early, otherwise you might regret it. Also, these guys came out of nowhere once in a blue moon, and this rarely happens. They'll go the long way around, and they'll actually attack you from the west. And I was not expecting that this game. I almost thought I was going to lose. So as you see the Conjurer standing there, that's where they would usually sit on that side, if they decide to go that side. And they'll basically just wait till they get enough magic and then spawn Scorpions. Scorpions take about a quarter of their magic gauge, so for each Scorpion. So if they have a full gauge, it's 4 and they're empty and they have to do it all over again. So the NPCs will always wait, except in one weird case later, to get to full mana and then cast it. Also, you have to keep an eye on the catapults on this mission because they will kill your defenders. This is one of the pretty much main reasons why you should always go for Farsight really early in this. So yeah, that catapult just took out my knight and his units, so I'm going to send in my knight to run up to it and smack it a couple times. If they get too close to your guys, they'll ignore whatever one is right next to them attacking them and try to fire off and move into position at your other group, so it's not the best thing to watch out for. Or rather, it's not the best thing to happen, so always watch out for it. So in this mission, like I said before, upgrading is kind of key. You don't want to lose too many units because then you're wasting money to retrain them. And the gold, once you lose your starting gold mine, that first gold mine is the quickest one you have access to. Everything else is a nice long walk away.
Yes, my lord. Yes. Yes, my lord. Yes. Yes. Your will, yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Yes. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Yes. 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 Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. My lord. Yes. 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 My lord. Yes. 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 Yes, my lord.
So now they're doing what they probably should have done a while back, and that is actually send some units to the right to sit and farm. They'll always have a Conjurer with a healer next to them. With the Orcs, it'll always be their version of the Conjurer and the Necrolite. Even though they can't heal, they'll still have them there. I do always want to go for the healers first, since they typically can't target themselves. I've never actually been able to heal myself, or the unit, rather, that I'm trying to heal everybody. And yet, weirdly, you'll see that once in a blue moon, the NPCs can do it. And I don't know if that's a programming error, or if I'm just being an idiot and somehow not able to heal my own clerics using themselves by targeting themselves, as their healing typically requires them to actually target someone else. And I think I have it in a different video where I have on camera them healing themselves, which is complete and utter BS.
Yes, yes, my lord. Your will, sire. Yes, my lord. My lord. Yes, my lord. Yes. My lord. Yes, my lord. My liege. Yes, my lord. Yes. Your will, sire. Yes. Yes, my lord. Yes.
So this is one example of baiting a really large or angry army and risking it. One of the reasons why I saved beforehand, because anything can go in this. Luckily, however, their guys are complete idiots, so I managed to actually have them walk into a hail of arrows and pretty much fall down. With that, weirdly, the guys they have in the base won't actually leave until you get pretty damn close. And even then, they probably won't leave. So I'm just gonna send everybody in and hope for the best. Send in the archers, have them focus down single targets. hopefully this won't end badly, but as you can see, I'm also getting wrecked. So I send in footmen, hopefully take some damage from that. Luckily, however, they aren't really good at refilling their forces. Since you're, by this point in time, if you aren't using a double barracks tactic, you're not going to be able to pump out units fast enough to actually overtake them, as they have pretty much the exact same build speed as you. It's not going to end well. I'm not saying you can't do it with one barracks only, but it's going to be a longer game. And it's actually an acceptable hard mode in my opinion. I don't feel like doing this in hard mode. These missions get rather insane later. Hard mode later on is you don't have any conjurers. And that's actually saying something considering some of the units that show up here. However, it is worth it to note that the conjurer itself is probably one of the last units you get. Everything else that I can think of that you get is a summon. Now, conjurers have 3 spells. The first one is the Scorpions, the second one is Rain of Fire, and the third one is the Summon Water Elemental, which you pretty much need to beat the last 2 or 3 missions. Otherwise, you're going to get overrun really, really fast. And more on those when I get to that one proper.
Yes, my lord. Yes. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. My lord. Your command. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Yes. Yes. Yes, my lord. Your command. Your command. Yes.
So at this point in time, basically both our armies are pretty staggered. I've got a few units in the back which I can use, and basically send them forward to stall it out a little more. At this point though, they are really trying to get everything back, but they only have 1 knight, 1 conjurer, and the 1 healer. So the best thing to do is send these guys in slowly, and hopefully I can get the cleric to be within range to spam heals.
Yes, my lord. Sire. Yes, my lord. Yes.
And then, no, just the knight. And at this point, it's pretty much me going to town on the pace. It's pretty much just going to be sped up at this point in time, so, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Now, the one thing I didn't actually talk much about this entire mission, because it kind of gets glossed over, would be the catapults. Now, they do a boatload of damage, they can AoE kill, and they're really good until later on to actually take out buildings. But they're really weak, as earlier in the video, to anything within pretty much 1 square, square and a half of their actual location. They're also a little bigger than the units in regards to how much tile space they take up, so they'll actually be more annoying. But they can actually be a decent filler on bridges if you're trying to guard it from people crossing over. So yeah, at this point, they've got nothing else they can do. And I've pretty much just built the catapult straight up to make everything move a little faster. So for instance, 4 shots with the catapult takes out the church. It's about 2 or 3, I believe, for a farm. And it's pretty much 4 for any of the major buildings. Actually, I think 5. Blacksmiths are weird, they take 6. And then, of course, town hall, since they have the most health, they take the most. But with that annoying mission is basically done. The next mission is equally frustrating, but for completely different reasons. Well, one similar reason, but mostly completely different reasons. So, yeah. See you then on mission 7, I believe it is.